Hello, and welcome to the Drop a Stitch podcast.
I'm your host, Dani.
And I'm your other host, Natalie.
And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about knitting and crocheting on a budget.
Yes, tips and tricks to save you money.
Mm-hmm. Well,
everybody likes that.
We all want to save money, especially after the tax season.
Yes. We both did our taxes. It's done. It's over with.
I am dying, but whatever.
Yep. It's a great season.
Yeah, we all love April. Good old April. Right?
Yep. At least it's done. It's behind us. I'm just glad.
I mean, it's not done yet until I pay it, but
yes, but it's almost like you don't have to think about it after.
Oh yeah.
For a year, you can breathe, not thinking about any of it.
I know. Oh, that sucks big time, but nothing that we can do about it.
Nope, it is what it is.
We live in Canada. We pay a ton of taxes.
Yes, but hey.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week?
It was good. It goes by so fast, or maybe it's because we recorded last Thursday and today's Tuesday, so it feels like it was.
Yeah, it feels like it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, but it kind of was.
But it's still I mean, there's only 2 days left. It's still.
Yeah.
It goes by.
Yeah,
the time goes by so fast. It's insane.
I know, but it's been good. I've been surprisingly. I want to knock on wood because I don't want to jinx it, but I've been ahead of work this past week. So I have one pattern already scheduled, a vlog schedule. Tomorrow I'm going to take pictures and film another tutorial to schedule as well. And then I'm working now on the blanket. So I've been like very ahead. Oh,
that's
wait,
awesome.
I have a hair. What the hell? So yeah, I've been ahead and I kind of like it. Like I really like knowing there's something scheduled that I already did.
Well, yeah, it's a great feeling being like ahead of things.
And I'm never ahead, like ever.
I know. You've never been ahead since I've known you.
Ever. So the fact that I'm like 2 weeks ahead now, that's like, who am I?
Yeah. But I mean, that's good because if you can keep that momentum going, then.
I know, that's what I want. I really, really want to try really bad to just keep that momentum going.
Well, do it.
You know, I'm going to try my best. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to get lazy and I'm not going to get like, oh, I'm ahead. I can just relax. No, I'm working tomorrow. I'm doing this. I'm posting more and just keep that going. Yeah. So yeah, that's been great this week. And I'm also almost 100K on Instagram. And that's just mind blowing.
That's insane.
100K. Oh yeah, 100K.
Yeah, 100,000 followers.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I haven't done a giveaway in so long. And I always see all these big accounts posting, you know, with balloons and stuff, like 100K or whatever. And I obviously love having such a large number.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do. Like, I honestly don't know what to do. I feel like I should. I'm going to pitch to brands and ask. There are a few brands that I usually have good relationship with that I can ask.
That you work with.
Yeah, I can ask Weird Knitters, Furls Crochet, maybe Lion Brand.
Yeah.
I feel like they will say yes for sure.
That would be super fun.
The only thing that throws me off is all these freaking spammy accounts. The moment there's a giveaway, they start creating all these other, oh, you are the winner. I'm going to pick the winner. Like, nobody freaking creates a new Instagram to pick a winner. Like, oh, it just freaking drives me bananas. Like, I
know.
Hate that those freaking scammers.
I know.
So that's the only thing that I'm like, but if I do a giveaway, I'm not going to put any hashtag. I'm not going to put anything to call the attentions of these people. So.
And I feel like, I mean, it's up to you. You do what you want. But I like the type of giveaways where it's like, you don't need to do anything. Like there's one girl I follow and she does giveaways like almost monthly, and she just puts it in her story, and it's just a slider. You just slide the bar and it enters you. Like she doesn't want anybody to like, she's like, my goal is to like thank you for following me.
Yeah.
It's not to try to get my account seen some more. So
yeah,
like the whole,
yeah,
like,
I don't
share
do that
your story
either.
and tag 5 people and blah blah blah. Like she doesn't do any of that, and so you just slide the like bar and that's it. Like it end, because she just gets like whoever answered, and then she just like picks from all these people.
Yeah.
And she does.
Yeah, I feel like the most I've done is like tag a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the most I've done, but I also really like that idea because I hate whenever I'm going to enter a giveaway and it's like, follow this account and then go to that account and follow the steps and follow that account. And I'm like, no, thank you. Like you're not going to make me follow.
Where you like 10 people you have to follow. No.
Yeah. You're not going to make me follow people that I don't want to follow. That I'm not interested.
Because people follow them, do like wait till the giveaway is done. And they're like, oh, I didn't win. Unfollow, which it doesn't. It's not great.
I know. So yeah,
and
I feel like I'm gonna do the
same. Is to me is so annoying.
I know.
It's like you just share a post and you don't say anything, and you're just like,
yeah, like okay, you know. Yeah. No, I feel like I'm gonna do that too. I feel like I would do people comment. I will comment like, since when do you follow me?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, what's the first project you remember? Like, you know, what's the project that
that reminds you?
You know?
Yes. I would do something like that, but I wouldn't be like sharing stories and win one entry or tag people. Like, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I feel like that's going to be fun. You
definitely should do that. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I thought about it today. So I'm actually going to pitch to brands now because it's going to happen really soon. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, how was your week? We went from how was your week to doing a giveaway.
Yeah, my week was good. I feel like it flew by. We have been working hard on the basement. Mm-hmm. We are on primer now, so the walls are primed. Okay. We need to do the prime check before we do final paint. Okay. Because it's in our basement, our concrete slab was very, very uneven, so we poured like self-leveling concrete to make it better. It's never going to be perfect, but it's much better than it was. Okay. So that was last weekend, and so like we're getting closer and closer to having an actual office, which is going to be
that's
fun.
So exciting. I can't wait to see it.
I know. Like, I think like my plan, if like I actually get the office in at some point soon, is to do like a whole, because like all my yarn is like packed up in our storage here at the house, like in the attic. We have easy access to it, but like it's all packed up, like all my stuff. So like I want to do like stories. I like how I'm gonna like organize everything.
Yes,
and, like, all that stuff. Because it's gonna be so fun. Because I haven't had an actual like office where I can put my yarn and everything in like over 2 years. So it's gonna be really, really freaking nice to have like a whole spot dedicated to me working, and it's gonna make things so much easier because like I work off my like living room table or like my dining room table, and it's just everything's in the way. I have to move everything and put everything back.
Oh my god, like, I hate doing that.
It's so annoying.
And it's funny because I have this big space as my office, and I still have project bags and stuff upstairs.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have project bags everywhere, but it's like at least I have a spot where I can like go and put everything. Like right now it's in the storage, so like, you know, like my scale to weigh how much yarn I use is in my storage, so I have to go fetch it, but then like I don't want to go put it back there, so I just leave it out, and then it's in the way, and then when I get annoyed because there's shit everywhere and like everything's in the way, I just like put everything back in the storage, but like I don't put it where it needs to go. I just shove it in a bag and shove it there, and then the next time I need it I have to go through dozens of bags to find which one. Like, it's just annoying.
Or even to see what yarn you have, the colors and stuff like that. That's also like a huge,
because I have a ton of yarn and I have no idea what I have. Like, it's been 2 years that I've been like buying, because it's easier than to go fetch it somewhere in a bag somewhere that I don't know where it is. So like I can't wait to have it all out, and like I feel like it's gonna also like be so like, it's going to give me so much inspiration to just have it all, see it all, and be like, oh yeah, I bought this because I wanted to do that. And like, I feel like it's going to be
actually helps a ton. Like every time I look at my yarn, I'm like, just, oh, I could do something with that yarn. And then, yeah, it's true. I have that color, you know? So like then you don't go and spend more money because you already have the yarn.
You have, and you can see how much you have and what you have. Like,
the only thing that sucks is that you're not going to want to see your shelves empty.
No, I know.
Like as soon as they start getting empty for any little reason, I'm like, we must fill the spaces. We might fill the spaces. So that's the only thing about having a lot of shelves is that if it looks empty, you're like, ooh.
Yes, but I'm not going to have as many shelves as you do because my basement, like the area that we're going to put my office in is also going to be Eric's office. And then it's going to be Theo's playroom as well. So like there's not going to be a ton of room.
But my basement is small.
Your room is about the size of my room, except we're going to have 3 functions in it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I have desk from wall to wall, which you guys could do that. And you can use like the top same...
I can't though, because the only wall, like on the one wall, I have like a bunch of doors. On the other wall, like where you have your desk, basically, I have a big window, so I can't do it with shelves there. Where you have your other side of your desk, that's a plain wall that I can use, and that's the one I'm gonna use. Okay. And then, like what's currently behind you for me is all doors, so I can't put anything there.
Okay, but what about the one with the big window? Can you put shelves on the sides?
But that's gonna be on like Eric's side and on Theo's playroom side. So like I have basically your little wall is all I have.
Like that one over there.
Yeah.
Where I record my tutorials.
Yes, that's the width that's what I'm gonna have.
Okay, but you don't have the windows, so that's still a lot of wall space.
Yes.
Like you can literally fill the whole. Or you can do something like this, like put the 2 shelves on the side and then shelves on top to have like a little nook kind of thing.
Yes, but my plan is to have something where I can close doors, like basically have like bookcases of some kind, but with doors, because we have a cat and we have a dog and we have a baby. So I need to protect the yarn from all the cat hair. And from the baby.
That's true.
So because it's not gonna, like yours is all high up, so the kids can't reach it. But mine would be like from ground to the top, so I would need to close it. So I don't know. We'll see. I have some ideas.
Yeah.
I have to like draw it out and like put the dimensions but like I'm really excited to do that. I think it's gonna be so fun.
And like you guys, she's a freaking architect. Like she's gonna draw it all like perfect to fit every square inch possible.
Eric's getting a new desk. Like his work is buying him a new desk, and I'm like, get the specs. I need to know exactly how big it is so I can start planning the basement. So we'll see, but I'm excited. So that's one update this week. And then what else did I do this week? Not much. I think it's been like rainy and like now it's starting to be nice and it feels good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been my week. My taxes are done officially. All my papers are sent. So it's a happy week.
Good.
Done and over with.
Okay, second question.
Yes.
What did you buy this week?
I was trying to remember before we started recording. I thought of something and I was like, ooh, I'll share this on the podcast. And now I can't for the life of me think of what it is. I know about something, but I can't. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about, it's you influenced me to get one. But the Lululemon belt bag, I had one, but I had the small version. Apparently now they make a bigger version because my small version was great, but I couldn't fit my phone with everything else. I could fit everything, but not my phone. Now with this one, I can fit my phone. I can toss in the soother for there.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much bigger.
Oh, yeah. So, I love it.
Yeah.
I literally use it all the time. I sometimes dress nicer than sporty casual, and I still use it. Like I should probably have it's just too comfy. Yeah. I use it all the time.
It's so much like easier to carry around than like my purse. I like since
I started especially when you have
the belt
kids.
Bag. Like I don't want to carry my purse anymore. Like it's annoying. So yeah,
especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
You need your hands. You can't be worrying about your purse falling. So
exactly. No, it's perfect. And you can like wear it on your waist, or you can put it looser and like wear it like across like
I do that basically.
Too. So like it's great. What did you buy?
I bought I'm so excited to talk about this. I bought color cubes.
Yeah, it looks like what she's showing, if you're not watching on YouTube, is it's a box and it looks like a massive Rubik's Cube full of colors.
Yes, so I have 2 because it's volume 1 and volume 2.
Okay.
Well, it's volume 1 and volume 2. And I got influenced. I'm such a freaking very easy influenceable person. Like, you tell me something, I'll buy it. Like, that's just, if I think I'm gonna use it, I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not gonna buy something, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna get it just for the heck of getting it. No. If I think I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna get it. So currently, from Love Knots, it's a girl that I follow on Instagram. She's super lovely and she makes a ton of stuffies to sell. And she showed it one day, and I was like, I immediately need that. And I went to these girls that I didn't even know she existed website, and apparently she paints and that does like color stuff, like just, people that likes writing and cursive and sketches or whatever. So she has it, and they sell volume 1 or volume 2 separate, or they have a bundle of 2, and obviously I have to get 2 because duh. But basically it's 250 cards in volume 1 and 250 cards on volume 2, and you pick a card and it gives you an image and like the inspiration and then the color palette on the side, and then in the back it's got the hex code, which you can use on your computer to match the exact color that you are seeing in here. And then it gives you like a couple of shades of that color. Yeah. So you can kind of see. And it's just so nice because whenever you have like trouble having, like, look at this one. Mm-hmm. Color inspirations is just so nice. Like, I been told by my followers that I have really nice color palettes, and I did not think so because I only use mustard, and then I try to match anything that would match with mustard because I'm freaking obsessed.
But it works.
It works, and I like it, but I'm not like that crazy person that it just has these magical powers. So having this, it's one, great to find color inspirations if you're going in a color funk or whatever, but 2, to get you out of your normal comfort zone and the colors that you usually go for. So like if I find a card.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna use one that doesn't have mustard?
Yes, I might.
Ooh,
that is like, that's a lot for me.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so like if I find a card that it's super nice and I'm like, this is just too good, you just pull it out and you use the colors that are there, and that's it. You don't have to think about it, right? Mm-hmm. So I just find it really, really nice. And
have you already picked one for a project?
Not yet, because I already have the colors that I'm working on these projects. And I have another kit with Lion Brand coming in May, which is going to be a cardigan with the same pattern that I'm doing. It's like basically the riverbed collection that I'm calling, because I'm making a bunch of projects with that stitch pattern. And I already picked out the colors for that yarn. It's on its way. But if I had these before, I would have like tried to pick a color palette from there.
Yeah.
But it's so just so much inspiration. Like, you can tell that she really took the time to pick each image and do the color palette, and it's amazing. So yeah, it's not the cheapest, I'm gonna say. It's about $100 American.
Okay.
For the 2 of them.
That's not too bad.
It's not terrible, and I think...
Because how many cards do you have in each of them?
250.
Okay, so that's like 500 color palettes. That's a lot.
Yes. And... Or was it... Maybe it was like $100 because I got the shipping and stuff. I think maybe it's like $40 American each cube.
Okay.
Which is not terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not bad at all, but, you know, I wanted to get both because I knew that each cube will have different colors. So I was like, and they sell the bundle. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get it.
Not?
Yeah. And it's something I know I'm going to use.
Yeah, for sure. If you're designing, like, anything helps and can spark your creativity.
Especially because I make blankets a lot. So combining colors is like a huge.
Yeah.
Huge. But yeah, what are you working on now?
My flax sweater.
Still?
I literally only pull it out when it's the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't knit nearly as fast as you. And this is tiny teensy yarn, so it's going to take forever. But I have like about half an inch left to go on the body before I can start the ribbing. So
ooh,
it's actually coming along.
Nice. But did you like measure it, your torso, make sure that it's not gonna be cropped?
No, it's not gonna be cropped. I mean, it's not gonna be like the longest, but I can't make it any longer than what the pattern calls for because I have like the exact amount of yarn.
Oh, okay.
So like it is gonna be.
Well, but then if you block it too, it should be.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. Like it's already feels like it's not gonna be like a tunic. Like it's not gonna be super long, but
yeah,
it's gonna be like a normal.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be good.
Nice.
What are you working on?
So I have 2 projects. One is my riverbed blanket, which is the chunky version, and I cannot believe I'm using these ball colors. Like,
yeah, I know.
Look at that. I'm really loving it. It's like the first thing with a bunch of colors, like besides the Primavera blanket that I have here that I made. But that's too bulky to work while doing the podcast. So then I have my Christmas sweater for Luca Pie, but we were talking with Nat and my gauge is off. So it's
a designer not checking her gauge while she makes sweaters, guys. This is what happens.
And it's actually like it's gonna be a little bit small on Luca. Like I don't know though. Like that's the thing. I don't know how small it's gonna be. He is a thin kid, and like I feel like I need to knit more in here to like actually, you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm doing a little swatch with 5.5 millimeter knitting needles to see if maybe I bump up the size. It will give me the correct gauge. But what I'm noticing right now is that my swatch is back and forth and the sweater is knitted in the round, and I tend to knit tighter in the round than back and forth.
Then you need to do a swatch in the round.
Well, that's going to be a lot of stitches.
No. You can just like knit and then just leave the string hanging and then knit.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm just going to keep going with these swatch and see, but that's what we're working on. It's funny because I wanted to make this sweater to have here on the podcast to hang out and make it as we were going and give updates every time. But I just got so carried on. I was like, I just need to finish the regular. Oh my gosh, I'm separating the sleeves. Oh, I'm in the body now. Like I just couldn't stop.
This is like, Dani being like, this is going to be my podcast project, except I'm never going to work on it during the podcast.
Yeah. Except that I'm just going to show you guys when it's done.
Yeah.
No, but it was coming along so cute, and now I'm like, anyways, that's what happens.
Let's get to today's subject because we're already like freaking 23 minutes in.
Yeah, I know. That's what we do.
So tips for affordable crocheting and knitting.
As we knit.
Yes.
Number 1, coupons. Coupons.
Yes.
Use as many coupons as you can, and you people from the States are freaking blessed with Joann and Hobby Lobby and all of those yarn
you guys can
stores.
like stack coupons, and like the associates will give you coupons.
Yeah.
Here it's not like that. We have Michael's. That's all we have for craft stores, and it's 1 coupon per transaction, per customer, per day. And I've had it happen where I've walked out of the store and tried to go back in and reuse the coupon, and they wouldn't let me. So they're like, "You were already in today," which is like a pain in the butt. So Dani's advice is bring your entire family. And have everybody buy something for you.
Oh, I used to do that when my mom would be here. I used to give her my card, and a couple of things. She'll use a coupon. I will use another card and do that. And then I think one time my nephew was in here too with her, and I gave him cash, and the girl just kept looking at me, and I was like, well, different people. Like, yeah, we're using one coupon from the website. We have one phone, but it's different people. You can't say no to that.
Yeah, I do it with Eric every time like he's with me, and I'm like, can we stop? Okay, you buy this, I'll buy this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it.
Oh, it is, for sure.
And even if it's like a $2-3, it adds up at the end of the year, especially if you're like a maker and you make to sell, like use coupons.
Yeah.
Next tip, that's free.
Wait, I wanted to...
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to add one thing with the coupons is also to, if you know, we used to know how things were in Michael's before pandemic. Now everything is just crazy. Wait for sales. Yes. Like we used to have amazing sales at the end of the year, or not, like maybe at the end of the summer with Michael's. Yes. They would do all the yarn, like buy one, get one free. They would do like lowest price of the
season. Yeah, buy one, get one free.
Yeah, but that was the biggest one. Like buy one, get one free, literally getting it for, what is it? What's the math? 50% off.
Yes. They don't do that anymore. The best I've seen since is buy two, get one free.
Yeah.
Or like 25% off everything, which is worst. Yeah. Or like sometimes they do 30% off everything, which is still worse than buy two, get one. But it used to be buy one, get one. And like,
it used to be so good.
Dani was in Chile one time and she was like, oh, I'm going to miss the sale. I'm like, I'll go for you. And I would like, I think I was FaceTiming you or I was texting you pictures of every single row of Michael's. And she was like, 2 of this, 3 of this. I had like the cart, like yarn was falling everywhere. Like I had to like hold it as I was like pushing it to the cash.
She sent me a picture.
Skeins were just falling everywhere. Everybody was staring at me and I was like, this is not even for me.
Okay. And I have to say too that this is like the very first time that I asked Natalie as my new friend something. And I was like, she passed the test. She passed the test.
Because it was like 200 skeins. It was so much yarn. My trunk was full.
I know.
It was so funny.
But it was good. Yeah, that's back in the day. And they used to have like the 55% off coupon too.
Yes. Which
now they don't do more than 40. Yeah.
Yeah. So like if whatever store you buy at, kind of pay attention to what the sales are if you can, and you'll start to notice too when they come around. Like there's always times of the year where there's certain sales come back, and then like take advantage of the sales. But if not, at least use a coupon. Like most craft stores have coupons. Just at least register or just go on the website and find them. Do not buy at Michael's without a coupon.
I know it's annoying when they send you their newsletters, which is like literally 2 a day kind of thing.
I know.
But it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it. You get the coupons. Save. Yeah.
Yes.
The next one is buy wholesale if you can.
Yes, if you're using a lot of the same yarn.
Mm-hmm. If you're like Natalie says, if you're using a lot of the same yarn and you are either a maker that makes a lot of things for markets, or you are a designer that you use a lot of yarn for creating patterns and stuff like that, it might be worth it, and it is worth it, to buy wholesale. Yes, you have to put a chunk of money up front in order to get all of the yarn, but it's going to save you a lot of money because usually most places will sell you yarn 50% off, which is the most you will get. Some of them will be like your first order has to be X amount of money, and then after your second one can be less. They usually do it to make sure you are like hooking in with their brand, and it's not just like, oh, just I want to try one time and then whatever. It's like, no, if you're gonna do wholesale, you're gonna commit.
Yeah.
So,
which is fair because they're giving you a steep discount.
Yes. The only one that I don't like the wholesale anymore. I used to do it, and now they just they're doing something that it just doesn't make sense. It's We Are Knitters. It used to be really good, and now it's not.
Yeah.
Not at all. But all the other ones are pretty good.
And it's worth it. And you can also, like, what we've done too, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but like you can also like gather with friends.
Oh, for sure.
Like wholesale orders. That's what we used to do, because they have minimum. Like you have to reach a certain amount of money to be able to order. So we used to like, especially back when we had like our sip and stitch, like we would all like be like, what do you want? What do you want? And we'd like put together a big order, all of us together. So we would like save on shipping, save on yarn, save on everything. And then everybody would get yarn for cheap.
Yeah, even now when I get yarn, or when I used to do my markets, because you guys know I'm not doing them like officially when I'm done selling what I have. I used to get a lot of yarn for my markets, and then I will ask Nat, like, I'm ordering from this brand. Do you need anything? She'll give me a list. Yeah. And then, you know, it's cheaper yarn, and then you save on shipping and everything that Natalie said. So I think that's also a great idea. And as long as you're buying the amount of yarn and money that they ask you, they don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't comes matter. From one account anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The next step, compare prices online. If the yarn that you're looking for is available at many different retailers, or even just compare like in-store versus online, it might be worth it to like not buy it where you usually do. It may be worth it to like order online instead of like, you know, maybe directly from whoever makes it. Is they're having a sale on their website and it ends up cheaper than buying it, you know, at a retail store.
That's the thing. So some places will have the yarn on sale. So like, you know, you never know. It's better to check. Like for us, we don't have that much because we only have Michaels, and the only thing we can compare to is maybe Walmart, and they never have sales. So
no,
on at Walmart you go if you need a specific color or something that you can find at Michaels or online. But yeah, that's the only thing that it's not very nice about Canada, is that we don't have all those retail stores that you guys have in the States.
Yeah. And that online can also save you though. Like, it's saved my butt. I've ordered from like places like Yarn Canada before, where like it's been discontinued. There's none in the stores around, and I'm like, oh my God, I need one more skein to finish my project. Yarn Canada still has it in stock. Ship it to me. Thank you. Like, so it can also save your butt in a pinch if you need.
That's right. The next one is reaching out to brands. So we were talking about this with Nat before we started the podcast, and we went to our Maker Life back in 2017, I think it was.
2019, girl.
2019? No, it wasn't a year before the pandemic.
I'm telling you, it's 2019.
Was it?
Google it. It's the Calgary 2019 one.
Okay, well, 2019 according to Natalie. And we were able to hear from a couple of brands, and surprisingly, a lot of brands will offer yarn to makers, or if you're a designer and you need yarn, just reach into brands. I know for some people it might seem like it's just awkward. What am I gonna do? Just send an email and say, hey, I want yarn. Like, not really. If you have if you're a maker, a designer, or you're trying to grow your brand or whatever, you can always reach out and say, hey, I have this project in mind. I would love to use your yarn in so and so colors. This is the project that I'm gonna be making. I'll tag you in pictures or whatever. Would you be able to provide with the yarn? I thought I would just ask. They are more than happy to send you yarn for you to make your project, and post on social media and tag them and stuff like that. So reaching out to brands is actually a great idea if you obviously have the confidence to send an email. I know not everybody
most of us don't do it.
Yeah.
But truly, the worst they'll say is no.
And also, this is from brand owners.
Yes,
like
we were told this from
yes.
like representatives of these brands being like, yeah, email us. Like,
yes.
And oftentimes on their website, they have a place that you can go and like with all the information to like for yarn support and whatever.
Yes, yarn support. That's the name. That's how it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do it for workshops and stuff. Like a lot of brands will like sponsor the workshop. Yeah. You just have to ask. And like Natalie said, the worst they will say it's no. And then that's it. Then you buy it.
You just buy it. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. But at least you try it. And I'm pretty sure they will say yes.
It's worth a shot for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't know the number of followers that you might have. But I don't think that if you are somebody just starting that they're going to be like, oh, no, you only have like 1,000 followers. Like, no, I don't think they'll say that.
Yeah. I don't think it.
And also
matters. Like it kind of depends on what you're creating and like what
the idea you obviously
have is too.
Obviously if you're asking for a box of yarn, like girl, no, but if it's
it's usually like project specific. Like I would I'm estimating I need 6 skeins of this color and 2 of that one to be able to do like whatever. But yeah, the next one, buying, like if you're needing or if you're starting out or if you need to upgrade, buy interchangeable knitting needles so that you don't have to buy every single size and every single length. We're talking about circulars obviously here. Yeah. And buy crochet hook sets rather than individual crochet hooks because they're usually cheaper that way.
So it's obviously you're gonna buy when you're just starting, you're gonna buy one crochet hook, you're gonna try it and whatnot. But if you know this is something that you really like, if you know that this is something you wanna continue growing as a hobby or as a business or whatever, we highly recommend you buy a set. Yes. Because you're gonna save money on that.
Yes. For me, like especially the knitting needles.
Yes.
Like crochet, it's not as bad because you only have one factor, like the size, period. So like you can buy one and then the next project you need another, buy another. And like it also helps like save in the sense that it's your upfront cost is a lot smaller. You buy one here and one there and one here.
Yeah.
But like knitting needles, please just get a circular interchangeable set. Like it's so much easier. Like I've thought a few people to knit and it was like, okay, if you like it after this one project, like you're not buying other needles. You're going to go buy an interchangeable set. Like you will thank me later. Like,
and they're some that are pretty affordable too.
Yes. The one I use the Knit Picks one and they're super affordable. They're great. I love them. Yeah.
I have the Clover ones because I like the bamboo. But I'm thinking of buying the Knit Picks because I like the short ones. Yes. I got as a gift the Addy ones, and they are fabulous. But they feel and they look exactly the same as the ones you have. Okay. They're probably like a fraction of the price. Yeah. And this brand also has the short ones, but I'm not spending that much money on the shorties. I'll just get them from Knit Picks.
Yeah, and try them. And yeah, like, I love them. So I mean, to each their own what you like, but definitely worth it.
Yeah. The next one is go to the library or a bookstore to find stitches using the crochet or knitting books instead of buying them.
Yes, most libraries will have a whole section for crochet knitting books. So you can just either check them out for free or sit there, look through them and kind of find something you want. And if your library doesn't, go to a bookstore, browse around, look at different crochet books. And if you see something that you like, then you don't need to buy a whole book. Yeah.
Obviously, don't go to the bookstore and take a picture of every single page and not buy the book. We want you to support the author, but it's like you can go see, use a few stitches, work around, and then eventually when you can afford it, then just buy the book.
Yeah, but it's also a great way. Like sometimes you buy a book and then you're like, oh, actually I don't end up like liking the way it's set up, or I don't end up using that one. But if you go to the library and kind of go and you're like, ooh, I like one in this one. Okay, I like one. And then you be like, okay, this book is a really good purchase. I've been like finding a few different things. And then you know to buy that book too. Like it's a good way to like test it out and like, without, you know, buying it and then it sits on the shelf and you never use it.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, definitely going to this store or the library will give you an idea of how the book looks like rather than buying it online on Amazon. Yes,
that's the one thing I hate about these types of books is buying it online. You have no idea how, like, to me, it needs to be visually appealing for me to want to look at it. Like, even like books that I read, if I don't like the cover, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So like if the cover is nice and I like how it is, then I'm more tempted to buy it. And so for like Stitch books where you have to look inside and like see how it is, it to me it needs to be visually appealing. If I don't like how it is, I'm not going to be interested to look at it.
Yeah. The next one.
Yes. Unravel whips, like work in progress or old project, and reuse the yarn. We all have a stash of work in projects. Yeah, working project that that is just sitting there and we're doing nothing.
Either like half-used finish balls. Either finish it or reuse the yarn. Yes.
A lot of times we like buy new yarn because we need it, but like we have that old sweater that in that like fancy yarn that we love, but we decided we don't like the sweater anymore, and it's just sitting there. Like unravel it, reuse the yarn.
Yeah. Don't just have it as like a piece of art hanging in your closet if you're never going to use it.
No, that's actually one of my goals this year is to like go through my whip pile and either frog or finish them. That's what actually my flax light sweater, that's what that is. It originally was just sitting there.
It's being cast on and like when?
And then forgotten. Yeah.
It's being cast on from like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Like that long ago. And I loved it. I did it on a trip and then I got back and life got in the way and I never touched it again.
And life got annoying.
Yeah. Life happens, you know?
Oh my God. Okay. The next point, and I used to love this one whenever we had knit nights, is yarn trade.
Yes.
Or join community groups. So we used to have knit nights before. We don't do it nearly as often as we would like to.
No, we used to do it weekly, every single Monday.
Every single Monday. It was the best thing. It's like going to church, but knitting and crochet.
It was amazing.
Like that. It was religiously, we were there every Monday at 6 p.m. And so whenever we would do it, I don't know if we did it at the cafe, but whenever we did it at Katrina's house, and I can't remember where else, we had a group on Instagram. So we would say, okay, next Monday we're switching yarn
swap.
Yarn swap. So everybody will bring yarn that they either didn't like, or they had too many, or it was too old, or whatever. And we would then just toss everything on a huge table or on the ground. And everybody will just toss all the yarn, and then you just pick whatever you want.
Yeah.
And
whatever was left, we donated to charity or to like whoever we knew that needed it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
it was great.
Yeah, it's a fun way to try like new yarns without buying it. You know, I'm going to get this one, or like test out new colors that are not normally in your palette, or like whatever. It's a good way.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
We all have a stash of yarn that we're most likely never going to do anything with. So why not trade it and share it?
Next one, Nat.
The next point is choose projects that make sense. So depending on what it is that you're doing, and this kind of ties into another one, like it's like basically focus on like timeless pieces. Like don't pick projects that are, you know, they're trendy now and you know you're not going to use, or you know you're not going to wear. Like try to do something that you know and I mean that's I guess why we also have a whip pile, because you like it and then halfway through you're like, I don't like it enough to finish it.
Yeah, like don't make a bucket hat just because it's trendy right now if you're not going to use the damn bucket hat.
Yeah,
if you're
if
going
you
to
don't
use
wear
it,
hats, don't make a hat, you know?
unless you're going to sell it. But if you're making things for yourself to use or to wear, whatever, don't make things that don't make sense for you.
Yeah.
Like if
also,
something
like,
that...
pick the yarn appropriately for
Yes.
the project that you're having so that it actually functions in the way you want it to function.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one, and I love this one because I offer free patterns, but is look for free patterns. A lot of makers will have free patterns, including myself. Like I have pretty much all of my patterns for free on my blog. They have advertisements, which is the way that I get paid in order for me to offer you a free pattern. But hey, like I will deal with the ads here and there if it's free. If you can't afford a pattern because it's, $6 and then another $6 and another $6, and it just gets expensive when you start buying all these patterns, unless you're somebody that prefers download on your phone and having the PDF copy that you can print, whatever. We're talking about ways that you can save money, and that is finding free patterns.
Yes. And another way, if you're following designers and makers that don't offer free patterns, because some people don't, some people only have paid patterns, follow their newsletter, like join their newsletter.
Yes.
Because a lot of them, and a lot of time, you will get, like, they create sales. Hey, it's my birthday, I'm having a sale, or it's small business, whatever, Saturday, I'm having a sale. So like following or being on their newsletter will allow you to see all these things. And so if there's a pattern that you've really been wanting to buy, and you can use a sale to buy it, or sometimes I even follow some designers that will offer free patterns once in a while. Like, hey, today only, it's my birthday, free pattern, like use this code or whatever.
Yeah.
And you only get it if you're part of their newsletter. Like if you're following them, if you're there for them, they'll, give you some freebies. So joining newsletters is also a great way to get.
Yeah, and also designers and small businesses in general, they're not going to bombard you with emails every single day like retail stores and huge stores. Like I have my newsletters and I send emails every time I post a new pattern or every time I have a new sale. So if I have a pattern every week, I will send you an email every week telling you about this new pattern with all the links for you to have easy access to. And then, but if I don't post anything, I don't send you anything. Like you're not going to see your inbox full of CJ Design newsletters. Like that's...
I probably get less emails from all the designer I follow in a month than I do from retailers in a day.
I know. Are you subscribed to my newsletter?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Hi. Thanks for it.
She thought I was going to say no.
I know. I was like, these are tests.
Of course I am. Of course I am. I need to know what's happening.
Yay.
Not the Spanish one. I'm the English
one.
one.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if you have a Spanish one, but
I do.
No.
Yeah.
Only the English one. But yes,
good.
I do subscribe to your newsletter, girl.
Oh, love you. Okay. The next one.
Find ways to use your leftover yarn.
Yes. All the scrappy yarn, the little pieces. Yes.
There's so many, depending on what you're doing, like if you're even making for markets, like you can have smaller items that you make out of leftovers from bigger projects. Like if you're making adult hats, you can make baby hats with the leftovers. Or if you're making plushies, you can make like tiny plushies with the leftovers from the big ones. There's always something you can make to like use up your scrap yarn. It's free yarn. You've already bought it. It's not because there's a little bit left that you can't use it. Make things like I made a scrappy blanket. I used all my bulky and super bulky weight yarn and made a scrappy blanket. It's colorful, it's massive, and like before you freak out about weaving in ends, this one uses the like magic knot method where you just knot the ends and continue on. I weave like the beginning end and the end. That's it.
Yeah. And also it's a scrappy blanket. It's supposed to look scrappy.
Yeah, but I actually love it. Like,
yeah, and I'm sure it's super soft too.
Unlike a lot of the blankets that I make and like they take so much time and you want to be careful with it and it's like blah blah blah, like That blanket is like our everyday blanket. Like, I don't care. I toss it on the ground. Like, I play with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter because I'm like, it's a scrappy blanket. Like, I have no emotional attachment to it. I didn't put like, I put hours in it, but it's not like, it's not the same because it's like leftover yarn. So like it gets used way more because like we use it for everything. Like,
and also if you make plushies, you can also use the leftover yarn to stuff your plushies.
Yes. Absolutely. Anything that needs stuffing, you can keep your leftover yarn and use it for that.
Especially like decorative things, like in the fall if you're making pumpkins and nobody's going to be playing with the pumpkins, or at least if you think nobody's going to be playing with the pumpkins if you don't have kids, but or you put them out of the reach. You can stuff your pumpkins with your leftover yarn, and then you don't have to waste your stuffy. Or pom-poms, if you make pom-poms. Like, sometimes I have stuffed my pom-poms. If I didn't have more stuffing, I will stuff them with leftover yarn, and they are perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, anything that you need
stuffing, use leftover yarn. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a great
Scrappy yarn
way.
For the win.
Yeah. And the last tip, and this is one that I like more than Natalie likes, is that we all know that bulky and super bulky yarn are more expensive than worsted weight, and it comes with less in a ball. So you can always double up a worsted weight yarn to get a bulky or even a super bulky weight yarn.
Yes.
I've done this many times with hats, with a bunch of things, and it works great. You obviously have to be careful with the yarn here and there if it splits, you know, like things like that. And also your tension, because it's not going to be the same working with 3 strands of yarn than just one. But overall, I feel like it works up really well, in my opinion. It's
a great way to, like, if you're trying to use your stash and don't have, like, you know, enough of one color or whatever, like, it's a great way to, like, make up something from what you have.
Like a marble color.
Yeah. And especially, if you're doing colorways, like, you can have, like, you're using 2 colors and then you switch out one and then go back. Like, there's fun things you can do with it, too, that you can't do if you're using, you know, just the one strand of bulky or super bulky.
That's right. Oh, yeah. No, I really like doing that, especially for blankets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's super fun. I've done it with hats, with booties. I feel like one time I needed to make...
I forget with what, but I've done it.
One time I needed to make a pair of booties, and somebody asked way back in the day, they asked me for like a special lilac color, like a lavender kind of, and I couldn't find it in the Thick and Quick, which is the one that I usually use. And I got a loops and thread, some kind of yarn, and I doubled up and it made it up and it turned out really nice. So I was like, so I can do this more often. I like doing that a lot on knitting too.
Yes.
I do that for hats a lot. I do that a lot for hats, like a double up yarn, and I get a thicker. Yeah, it's cool. I really like it. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a good way to, like, play with yarn too and test out different things.
Yeah, but overall, there are a lot of different ways that you guys we all can save money.
Yeah.
On that, obviously, we like the easy one, which is the coupon. So,
yeah, that's the basic one that we use every day. But
yeah,
I mean, we've done all of these.
Yes, we have.
In some ways or another. So.
Yes. Yeah, I think we have done pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before we end today's episode, stay tuned to my Instagram because I will be doing a giveaway. So by the time you guys are listening to this episode, hopefully I'll be, if not on 100K, really close. And I'm sending emails tomorrow. So hopefully I'm going to get stuff to give away something fun. What can I give away? I know like yarn and stuff like that is one thing, but like, what about one of these selfie sticks that we use for recording? Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to think about something fun. I want to give back and maybe have like 2 winners or something like that.
Yeah, you could also do like something like a bundle of like the PDF copies of your pattern or something.
Yeah, that would be fun. Good too. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, like all your blankets or something, just something fun.
Like a bundle of all of the pattern. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be really fun. Yeah,
and
so
you just email the PDFs. You don't even have to pay for shipping.
No, I know, but I still want to give something physical though.
Yeah, for sure. But if you want 2 winners or whatever,
yeah,
it's an option.
Oh, yeah. Well, I usually do it to residents of Canada or the U.S., so I know I'm not going to pay like a massive shipping fee.
Yeah.
Which, it sucks for people that lives further or in another continent. I know it sucks, but it's just so expensive to ship internationally.
Do the PDF patterns.
I can do the PDF pattern for anyone, and then, but that just excludes the people, you know?
Yeah, but at least it gives them a chance because, it sucks when you follow accounts and you're like, oh, I'm never eligible for anything.
Yeah. The only way I could do it is like if they cover their shipping fee, but that sucks because if you're giving away,
I feel so scammy. Like, hey, you want to give away? Send me money so I can send it to you.
Yeah, no, that sucks. But it is just so freaking expensive to ship internationally.
Well, stay tuned for a giveaway of some sort. Maybe.
Yeah. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere where you listen to podcasts, please give us a 5-star review. It takes 2 seconds and we will appreciate it deeply.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Deeply. If you have any questions, ideas, anything you want to chat about, you can email us at dropastitchpodcast@gmail.com.
And of course, follow us on Instagram. We will leave all the links and everything in the description box as per usual.
Yes. And have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.